Hey, welcome back everybody. Uh, I'm surprised you're still here. Clockwork Empires had a major revision just a couple of days ago. They're now up to version 33, so I thought I would give it another college go, or another college try, as the saying goes. There's a bunch of new stuff. I'd like to be able to talk everyone through it, but mainly I'll just be playing and, like talking over my own playing. As we wait for the world to load in here. I hate reading. Leave me alone. Have I spawned in the middle of a rock quarry? Well, I won't be lacking for rhyolite boulders to make my stoves, I guess. So, first thing I always like to do, first building I always like to build is the carpentry workshop. Looking at other people's playthroughs, I've noticed that a lot of people like to cram all their buildings close together, which is cool, like totally legitimate strategy, right? Whereas I like to, well, not just me, but some other people like to make a big, like, fortified walled garden. Not judging, just saying. People like to play differently. Cots were broken in the previous, in the experimental builds, like, just prior to version 33, so like, version 32D and stuff. Cots didn't work and nobody could sleep. I'm glad they got that fixed. So one thing the patch notes say is that commoners are grubbier than before. I'm not personally seeing it myself. Well, I guess this laborer's linens aren't quite as sparkling white as this overseer's button-up shirt. Maybe. And you notice the opacity on the workshop walls has been increased. It's a decision on the part of, well, on the part of the devs. Personally, I like the more transparent walls, but that's a matter of taste, right? Like, I don't think it affects gameplay at all. I'm just going to leave that as a generic stockpile for now. I'll split them into food and non-food later. Let's explore. Let's say over here, and here, and oh, there are dodos here. We are going to have... We seem to be doing okay. There's like environmental food to be... There are like berries and dodos around. Should be okay, right? So a bunch of stuff was made more stable with this release. Canceling jobs from the job queue works a little bit more consistently. The chapel type workshop was built, or is available to be built. And vicar, actually I'm not sure if vicars are still in the game. Vicars are essentially overseers who work in the chapel, and they do things like preach and pray to your colonists and stuff. They were in the game as of 32B. They might not be in 33 because the devs are talking about changing the way you get vicars. We'll see. So I'm gonna... Hopefully our game lasts long enough for me to build a chapel, and then we'll see. Check this out. Carpentry workshop. I think I would like 5 planks at all times. There's a new job order type. So this is just a conventional job, but when I click this button, it becomes a standing order for, in this case, 5 planks at all times. What this means is that the overseer assigned, who I've not yet assigned here, the overseer responsible for carpentry will check the stockpile, and if I happen to have fewer than 5 planks, he will look for logs to saw up. There's a lot less micromanagement in that way. I think it's most useful when you're managing your kitchen. You don't have to continually zipping back and forth to your kitchen to queue up more lingonberry preserves or whatever. You can just say, I always want a minimum level of 10 stew, and leave them to it. Second building I was build is the kitchen. You can see me starting in on the corner of my walled garden here. Let's put 2 small ovens and 3 stone ovens. We have plenty of stuff. I hope I remember to assign people to quarry stone. Get a couple beds in here. And most importantly, doors. I found experience has shown me it's important to get like lots of doors in your kitchen, because colonists are constantly walking in and out, and because they can block each other in doorways, that can cause a lot of congestion. So how are we doing for commodities? Meh. We're okay. See, we've only got 2 planks in stock, but planks are being made. I did not order any rock harvested, so let's get the rhyolite from here. It's because I wasn't going to build any buildings in this like brown depression full of like scree and clay anyway. Let's snap up these berries. So I started on the temperate colony, New Antipodia, just because it is now considerably easy to wow, what was that? It's considerably easier to maintain a functioning colony in New Antipodia versus New Sogwood, which is the one in the jungle. With changes to AI and the way things spawn and wildlife and some new stuff, which I hope I won't spoil for you if you're not familiar with it, but hopefully we'll see it. All that stuff together makes the jungle a really tough place to survive. I've just built some gabions in between the buildings so that they form a contiguous wall. And so again, while my colonists can run through buildings via their doors, fishmen cannot. So walls are permeable to colonists but not fishmen. Let's see how we're doing for jobs. Meh, not bad. Let's declare what crews. Oh, we've got immigrants. As usual, I'm going to take 3 of anyone. Looks like one of my 3 was an overseer, which is fine. Though I would have preferred more workers. No problem. I think I would like dodo for my dinner tonight. So, these soldiers get a hunting enabled. Then I highlight these dodos and I say, hunt animals. And, well, I'm sure they'll get around to it. Yeah, it's, well, they'll get around to it when they get hungry enough. Alright, I'll turn this into my food only stockpile, and I'll turn this into my no food stockpile. Oops. Got one kitchen going, I might as well start cooking. The sooner I can start turning these lingonberries into preserves, the better I can increase their food value, which makes my colony more efficient. Now, bushels of lingonberries? Actually no, let me, I'll show you how the, I would like to maintain 10 stew at all time. Go forth, my peons. Actually, let's make that 20 stew. And, kitchen needs a work party. Still don't feel like hunting, huh? I see some delicious dodos here. Haha! Go get 'em. Gilbert porridge. We'll never run out of dodos. We can kill and eat them as much as we want. No repercussions for future generations. How am I doing for food? Seem to be okay. Guns? Nah. Actually, I am going to take more guns. And this is because, well, there are more things that need shooting in the latest revision. Also, taking ammunition gives you landmines. Often their drops include landmines, which are great. How many landmines do I have? 4 in stock. Alright, don't need to worry about that yet. Now's a good time to set up some farms. I want to be able to make booze. So, one of my fields is going to be a wheat field. Let's put it over here. Might as well make them both wheat fields, actually. Wheat's nice and versatile. I can use it to make bread. It can be used as an ingredient in stew. And I can also use it to make beer. Oh, and there is our slaughtered dodo. All in all, an uneventful start. So let's get started on the bunkhouse. Huh. Oh, also the flatten terrain commands work a lot better than they used to. Upon completion of flattening a zone, the flatten terrain marker will now go away. Oh, this building's have boring shapes. Let's make an interesting shape on it. Also, the House of Z's. Or Zeds. This is where people will go to sleep. Adding modules to buildings now works much more smoothly. So I don't need a ton of beds yet. I'm just gonna put in 4 in here, and I can freely add some more later as the colony grows, or you know, whatever. Stick some doors on this bad boy. I've heard tell that the things that used to break the building generators, like sticking modules in adjacent corners and stuff, does not break roofs as frequently as it used to. All of which is good. Oh, check this out, bottom right here. It's a new thing for version 33. Bandits, and my game has frozen. I'm a little bit concerned about that. No, and it was all going so well. yes, we've recovered. A reminder, we are in pre-alpha, not even beta yet. So things like this will happen. So here we have the bandit raid notification pane, much like the fish person raid notification pane. Oh! We've survived. Check this out. It's an armored bandit. One thing bandits will do is steal your stuff, and they can also use doors. I'm not sure how much I like this as colonial administrator, but as a player, this is awesome. There's also a bandit camp. So if I were to take an explorer, or to take my soldiers and stick a rally point off in this direction, off to the, well, the west from our current perspective, I would eventually find bandit tents, where they store all the stuff they tried to steal from me. And you can forage their tents, same way you gather any resource from the world in general. Yeah, and that's very cool. Now the armored bandit, actually let me get back to that. I'm going to take 3 of anyone. So you noticed one of the bandits was wearing armor. And like other armored things, so similar to the giant beetle and the obelisk servitor, the armor trait reduces damage they take by half. So he's like the head bandit. He gets the best armor and he's the toughest. Oh, I have an aristocrat, or an upper class, I have a capitalist. Capitalist behaviors have been added in this revision. They still don't do anything productive, like they won't haul timber or anything like that, but they will interact with other colonists. They will harangue your working class. Also another thing to note, bandit corpses, they don't count as corpses for graveyard duty. It was a bit weird, but it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, I can build a graveyard out here. Well, the bandit raid seems to have made a little bit of a mess. Oh, here's our capitalist. Giving peon orders. Otis Flood. He's yelling at my sleeping colonists for being Lackowit dullards or something suitably British. Well, stew production seems to be humming along. We fended off our first bandit raid. Oh, another thing, bandits, they spawn in with weapons, so when you kill them, you can actually pick up their stuff. I'm a little concerned that the bunkhouse construction seems to have halted, though. Well, that's enough for now. I think I will cut this one off here. As you can see, there's been some new stuff, a whole bunch of new updates. I'm going to try and keep these videos shorter in length again, because they're easier to watch and easier to process. I'm planning on continuing this one until my colony either explodes in a fiery ball of failure and starvation, or I have managed to show you all the cool new stuff. Oh look, colonist and murder talk. Well, we'll save that for future episodes. Thanks for watching this one. My name's Alfred. You can find me on the Castlab Games official forums, where I do practically nothing but talk about Clockwork Empires, so there's that. Alright, have a good one.